Welcome, it's denome. In this video, I'm going to reveal something very disturbing about one major stablecoin out there. I delved into the rabbit hole because of this new legislation that just came a few days ago, this new draft. It's still not being voted on, and there might be some revisions. But through this new Bitcoin bill, it had some ideas for stablecoins. So basically, every stablecoin will have to be either FDIC insured or have to have more than 100% backed by hard assets. And there was also another point, which was to have a detailed disclosure of assets by every stablecoin issuer. So I started to look into every single stablecoin issuer out there. How well are they actually handling this new legislation? And I'd looked everything. I looked at Tether, looked at their transparency reports, and to be honest, there's not really much special here. I looked at this. This company is based in Virgin Islands, and also they have a Hong Kong company, and they detail everything in this report here that you can download, and you can see their assets and how many stablecoins they have, and it's all working as properly. And even they go even as far as to say exactly what kind of assets they have, because none of the stablecoins that I looked were 100% cash. Majority had cash and cash equivalents, so something that they can easily transfer back into cash in case there's a bank run or they have to fulfill the redemptions of these stablecoins back into US dollars. So anyway, a lot of these stablecoins have these same kind of things, and actually I was surprised to see that USDT is actually one of the best ones that gives the best reports out there. None of the reports from anywhere else are as good as the reports from Tether. I looked at the Paxos.com, I looked at BUSD, USDP, and even here you can see that 100% of the BUSD is backed by reserves held in either cash or US Treasury bills. So they do both, but they don't actually tell you exactly how much Treasury bills they have and how much cash they have for BUSD or these things. But the good thing with Paxos is that this company is based in New York, so that gives me a little bit more confidence. So it seems like Paxos BUSD, they are pretty okay. And then I looked at Circle USDC, and looking at USDC, they give a monthly report as well as they give a weekly report. And based on this weekly report, you can see that the cash is about 25%, and short duration US Treasuries is about 75% of their assets. So that's how these companies make money, is from the yield that they get from the US dollars that people deposit here. And just to go back a little bit, you can see that the cash on USDT is only 5.8%. So that's much lower than USDC, but the report is much better than USDC when I was looking at the downloadable report here. And it was a little bit confusing when I looked at the report, because it said that it doesn't really say where Circle is a licensed money transmitter in 46 United States plus Washington DC and Puerto Rico, and the companies that they are using or where the assets are actually held, they don't actually specify it in the report. So that was a downside. That was the upside with actually USDT. But USDC, they don't actually disclose where the money is actually in. So it could be anywhere in the world. That was quite interesting. It was US regulated banks. So US regulated banks can be anywhere. It can be Virgin Islands as well. It can be Hong Kong. It can be anywhere. So that was a downside for Circle. But that's not the highlight of this video. The highlight of this video is actually, sorry for taking so long, is actually TrustToken, because I found something very disturbing about TrustToken. As you can see, TrustToken for TUSD, they have $1.27 billion market cap for TUSD. So quite a bit of money, and I'm actually using this regularly for redemptions, and the service is working perfectly. No problem with that. But there's something about this that is very disturbing, and I'm gonna go right into that one. So if you go and take a look at the real-time attest of Trust Explorer, you can go there by going to TrustToken.com and scroll all the way down here, and then sorry, I have to do something like this here. So view attestants. So if you click this, then you will come to this website here, which basically is showing real-time assurance of assets held. And you can download the report, and it will create a report in real time. So if you click this and select TUSD and do the captcha and download this, I just did it myself, you will get a report that looks like this. So compared to Tether, which looks like this, a lot more detail. You can see the allocations here, everything. With TUSD, it's basically just that this is how much USD or cash equivalent they have, and this is how many TUSD. So it looks like they are 100% backed by real assets. But that's not the interesting part. There's two interesting parts about this report that you have to take a look at. First is the company. The company is called Tether, and this company is based in Shenzhen city, which is in China. So that's the interesting part. So there's a company in China is issuing basically United States dollars. And if that doesn't raise any alarm bells with you, I don't know what will. And then this report here that assures that TUSD is 100% backed with real assets, this is signed by Jennifer Jiang, executive of the Tether Ltd. And I was trying to look everywhere on the internet, what is this Tether Ltd? And it turns out this Tether Ltd, I had to go to MakerDAO forums. I think I have to go back a little bit. Raphael Kosman, if you go back to TrustToken.com and go to About, Raphael Kosman is the co-founder and CEO of this company. And you can take a look at all these people here who are working for this company. There is no Jennifer working for TrustToken. So Jennifer is someone else not working for this particular company. But Raphael is saying here, thank you for all the replies. I'd like to confirm that everything TrueUSD official has stated above. We're working closely with them. So what's going on here is that in 2020, we have to scroll down a little bit. Let's go here. So Annabelle TUSD is actually confirming here. So the Tether actually acquired TrustToken in 2020. And this is an Asia-based conglomerate business in Hong Kong, Singapore, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, Beijing, etc. So this is a Chinese company that just acquired the TrustToken ecosystem. And as you can see here, the joint venture is led by Miss Jennifer Jiang, who we saw as the signee of the assets here. So that's quite interesting. And you can go and read all of this here. But anyway, what they want to do is to keep the same team who will continue to evolve the TUSD ecosystem for the compliance and management and of the underlying reserves. But this is quite interesting to me that this Miss Jennifer Jiang is the person who is basically responsible for these assets anyway. So I was trying to find out what this company, this Tether company is. I could not find any information about it, no financials, nothing. So I tried to look Jennifer Jiang, and then I found Jennifer Jiang actually on Twitter, and I found her on YouTube as well, but not on LinkedIn, and not really a lot of. I saw her Medium articles as well, but there's one thing that's quite interesting to me, because I have about 6,500 people following me on Twitter, and this person is only followed by Alex Mashinsky, who is the CEO of Celsius. So now I'm already like, okay, what kind of a rabbit hole did I just dig into? Because if Alex knows Jennifer, and Jennifer is basically has bought out True USD, and Celsius is generating yield on TUSD on their platform, I think this person has to have some big ties in crypto, and I don't know exactly what those ties are, but I don't know. She's an ex-banker for JP Morgan, BOAML. She speaks Chinese, as you can see. So she's some kind of like a person between the West and the East. And she seems to be like a person who makes these big deals behind, how would I say, closed doors, basically. She only has 166 followers. It's quite interesting that Alex knows her. And I don't know what their connection is. I did not dig, super deep into this rabbit hole. But I think this is a little bit concerning that there's a stablecoin which is issued from China. I think that's quite interesting. And from Jennifer, I tried to search her from YouTube. You can see that she had this speech here. If you take a look at the speech, she's only speaking Chinese as far as I can tell. So I don't know what's that all about. I don't really understand anything about it. What else? Rafael Kosman, I tried to confirm if this person is actually a real person. So he's actually on Twitter as well. So this is the CEO of TrustToken. So he's quite active. You can see 12 hours, 13 hours ago, June 8th, 19 hours ago. So he's quite active, as well as you can find Rafael on YouTube on different interviews as well. But this seems like he's the front man for this company. But the actual company is still owned by a Chinese company. But I could not find any information about the Chinese company. So anyway, I'm sorry to leave you a little bit hanging after this video, but this is basically how far my research has gotten me so far. But anyway, all these stablecoins, you have to understand that they are generating yield. They are supposedly 100% backed, but at least for TUSD, I don't know how reliable this is, because this is a Chinese company. So maybe they do, or maybe they don't have all the assets. I don't actually know. Maybe they do, but it's certainly, for me, not creating a lot of trust. The only thing that I would not be surprised if this was actually followed by both Alex Mashinsky and the CEO of Crypto.com also. I don't know, because Crypto.com is based in Hong Kong as well. So Chris is also following me on Twitter, but at least Chris is not following her here. So Alex was following, I don't know what's her deal. I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, that's it basically for the video. Let me know if you know anything about this, if you want to dig deeper. But that's basically what I wanted to show you. I don't know if this is a warning or not, but it's just something that you should know, is that China seems to be pushing hard into crypto. And a lot of money that's actually in Crypto.com is coming from China as well. A lot of the investors in Crypto.com are coming from China as well. So there's a big interesting situation, like geopolitical situation, like Binance basically kind of coming from China. So I don't know. Anyway, that's it for this video. I don't know what to make of it, to be honest, but if I had TUSD holdings, I would probably consider doing something else with it, because this is not something that will probably fly with the new legislation that they are about to push. This was the only stablecoin that I found out that had basically direct ties to China. And probably USA will not be okay with this. Maybe. I don't think so. Anyway, that's it for the video. Hope you liked it. Consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one.